forced into ghettos and deported to concentration camps, most of them not making it out alive, and as for the few who survived, they faced a life of constant questioning of why. And this is a video that has a lot of pictures of Jewish people in Poland before the war, and a lot of them did not survive. Warsaw is a main city in Poland, and before the war it had a population of 1.3 million. The pre-war Jewish population in Poland was around 350,000 people, and a lot of those people did not survive. These are some pictures of Jewish people in Poland before the war.
Okay, so the start of World War II was with the invasion of Poland. So at approximately 4:45 a.m., September 1st, 1939, 1.5 million German troops invaded Poland, and Britain and France declared war on Germany 2 days later, initiating World War II. And this video is Britain's Prime Minister Neville Chamberlain declaring war. So what happened was a non-aggression pact was signed with the Soviets in August of 1939, and the final order to invade was given on August 31st, and then on September 1st, 1939, German forces crossed into Polish territory to officially begin World War II. In June 1941, Hitler attacked the USSR, breaking his non-aggression pact with the Soviet Union, and Germany seized all of Poland. So the Nazi occupation of Poland. Hitler was not interested in reaching a specific line or a new border, but he wanted the destruction of the enemy. And in Poland, the Nazis had more time than in any other occupied country to implement their policies against people they classified as racially inferior. So Jews were the main focus of the Nazi attention, and Poland's Jews were to be concentrated in ghettos for easier control and subsequent expulsion, and almost 18% of the Polish population were killed during the Nazi reign.
This is a blend space that I made about the ghettos in Poland. This video is Felicia talking about her story. And she lived in Lodz, Poland, and she was moved into the ghetto when she was 19. Her whole family ended up dying or being deported to other concentration camps. She said that the Germans always had the satisfaction to see us dehumanized, to see us fight over a piece of bread, take away the last crumbs from our children. She was eventually taken to Ravensbrück and then later to another labor camp. And she said, many times I gave up because I left my mother on the floor. They put my brother in the line with the old and sick people. I gave up because I knew my family was gone. And she talked a lot about how she didn't have a lot of hope, and she never really expected to survive, but she had a friend who had this hope that she would see her two daughters again, and so her friend's hope kind of kept her alive. When she went back to Poland, she found a Polish family living in her house, and she asked the family if she could have any pictures that she had left there, but they had burned them all. And the Polish lady said that Jews weren't welcome in Poland anymore. And before the war, she had a lot of Polish pride, and she was proud to be Polish. But after the war, she didn't really want to stay in Poland anymore, and she eventually moved to New Orleans.
said.
Yeah. And then this is another video, and it had a lot of people's different stories who all survived in the Warsaw Ghetto. And they all talked about the uprising and how they outnumbered a lot of the troops. So they eventually planned that when the troops would come in, they would just like bombard them with anything they could. And they stole a lot of weapons. And eventually the Germans and the other troops just started setting fire to all the buildings in the ghetto, and people started jumping out of the buildings to escape the fire. There was one guy, and he was outside of the ghetto, but he was Jewish and he was hiding. And a lot of the people on the streets were like commenting that all the Jews were being burned alive, and he couldn't say anything, that was like his people, but he couldn't defend them because he was hiding still. You can see like the fire in the background, and they're caught. And here's like the smoke in the background of the buildings. And then these are some memorials today in Warsaw for the people in the ghetto.
Okay, so the Treblinka extermination camp was established in 1941 as a forced labor camp. It housed 6 gas chambers, and 750,000 people would die in these chambers from July 1942 through April 1943. And I made a Pinterest showing pictures of some of the extermination camp. So the Germans killed between 870,000 and 925,000 Jews at Treblinka. This picture is of a little girl holding her doll before she gets on the train to Treblinka. This picture shows some of the 7,000 Jews deported from Lookout, Poland. And if you can see here, some of the soldiers are smiling, like this guy right here. And here is how the extermination camp was set up. So you can see the gas chambers and then the barracks. And here's just an overview of some of the other pictures.
Graphic of the population of Jews in various countries before and after the war. You can see this one right here is Poland. There were a lot of Jews in Poland. And here's Poland after. Only 45,000 were left out of 3 million. There's some various other countries. 2 out of 3 Jews died during the war. There were 6 million Jews killed during the final solution, and I kind of broke it down by year. So there was 3 million by year, 2,740 Jews killed every day, 114 Jews were killed every hour, and 2 Jews were killed every minute. And if you applied that to the population of Rochester, it would only take 1 day and 9 hours to kill everyone in Rochester at the rate that they were killing the Jews. And it would take 42 days and 18 hours to kill the whole population of Springfield.